tell us about your character and how did you feel playing it?
Well, he's a Memphis policeman who's very bitter and angry. He's I guess it's no secret that 17 years earlier, this is how the movie starts. His young son, one of his sons, is killed by some gangbangers being chased by the police. These gangbangers happen to be African Americans, so that starts a root of bitterness against and racism against African Americans. He's not too fond of any minorities. He's not happy with God.
No, he's not.
God, as far as he's concerned, has messed up his life, and sure enough, his marriage, his relationship with his one surviving son is messed up. Then this guy comes along, so my worst nightmare. I just want to be in my, I want to be bitter and angry and racist, and here he is. He's a Christian, he's an African American, and he eats his donuts way too loud in the cop car. Okay?
I enjoy the part of singing.
Yeah,
love to sing, all of that, yeah.
So he tries to reach me, and to no avail for a while, and things happen. There's a lot of twists and turns. It's an incredible script.
Incredible.
David says he's never directed. Let me tell you something. I've been in LA for 8 years. He's the best director I've ever worked with.
Wow. That's awesome. Being a comedian and someone who loves to laugh and make people laugh, was it hard for you to really play the dark character that you played? He was in a real dark place.
Yeah. Well, as an actor, if you look around, a lot of some of the best dramatic actors, Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, were comedians, and I think that's because comedy comes from tragedy oftentimes. So it actually wasn't hard. It was challenging, but it was what I loved to do. Most actors would rather play kind of a bad character. It's more challenging. Yeah. But I got to give a lot of credit to Mike, because there's a lot of parts in there where where my character, for instance, has to apologize to Mike's character for some stuff I said or did, and there's a lot of remorse. And by the time we did those scenes, I had already gotten to know Mike. He was we're good buddies right now, and I didn't have to pretend. I just thought, what if I had done that to Mike, not Mike's character?
Right.
And the tears flowed because I just love the guy. He's a good guy.
Oh, all right. Awesome.
Yeah. And he made it easy, though.
He made it easy. Yeah. Okay, Brother Mike, now you played the policeman and the pastor.
Yes.
At the same time. That was pretty rough.
It was different. It was different. And the family man. So
were you able to relate to those characters?
I was able to relate to him. I mean, well, the pastor, Sam Wright in the movie, is pretty down to earth. He's a likable guy, likable character, and he has to deal with a situation that he'd rather not have to deal with. He's a star on the police force. He really doesn't want to be on the police force at all.
No, he wants to preach.
He wants to preach. And he's stuck. Here he is. He's like, no, I just want to preach, and I'm stuck with this guy who obviously can't stand me and my chewing donuts loudly. So it really, I can relate to that, just as far as maybe being in a situation that you're not happy with. Because truth be told, I want to act full time. This is a character in the movie that wanted to, be a pastor full time.
Right, right.
So I can relate to that part of it. Something that you want to do, but you still have to pay the bills. As much as I wanted to act, I had to pay bills, so I had to work, my 9 to 5. And here's a character who he knows he has a family. He has two daughters, two beautiful daughters in the movie. He has a wife. So he's like, I have to be a police officer. So
had to make decisions.
He had to make decisions.
And that's one of the things I really loved about the movie.